Hello and welcome back to ETTO's Things of the Year 2021, a statement I should have said at the start of all of these, but instead I'm only starting with this one. This one is about our superhero moments of 2021. There is going to be a bunch of spoilers, so if you don't want to see things based on the films that a different voice is going to say, you probably don't want to watch this video. So voice, say the things.
Snyder Cut, WandaVision, Spider-Man No Way Home, Superman,
Still a lot to say.
Superman and Lois, Hawkeye, Shang-Chi, final season of Supergirl. Thank you, bye.
That's probably it. So just to try to, watch everything. Or here's the thing I also think, and Sam, you kind of mentioned this, a lot of these moments may make you want to watch this thing.
Yeah.
So if you've missed it, this might actually be a good chance for you to go, oh, actually, that sounds really cool. I want to watch that thing.
But there will also be some large spoilers as
there
well.
Will also
so it's a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah.
Specifically No Way Home.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
See
think that's
that
the
fucking
main
movie.
one.
Just see the movie already.
Go away.
Yeah.
Josh, kick us off. We're going to do 3 each, and I've got some from the Discord as well. So
Cool. So because I mentioned it in the film one, because we were told to get 10. Now I've got to cut it down to 3 on the fly. I previously mentioned to Sam that I wanted to back up his reasoning for Justice League being his number 2 film.
Yep.
Spoilers for that podcast if you are going to jump into that. I don't know when this is coming out.
I don't know either.
Everything else. But this was my number 10 on my list, but I'm just going to bump it up for the sake. Flash's intro in Justice League in the Snyder Cut.
Yep.
So fun. So freaking good. I wish it was in the original as well. It probably would have made us care about him at all.
Totally.
But I feel like now that we've seen that, we care about him at all. It's one of the...
is that the bit with the hot dog?
The hot dog, and he's going for the job with the puppies and stuff. Like it's just... I feel like it's one of my favorite parts of the film in general.
Good on you, Josh.
Parts I really remember. Like I just loved it so much. It's a great moment.
I feel like, actually I know what Sam's is because he mentioned in that podcast. But we could almost all, I mean, I don't know about Ben. Ben, I think, fell asleep for this movie. But we could almost all have a different Flash moment from that movie.
Yeah.
Because
probably.
he's so good in this movie. There's so many cool moments with him.
The Flash moment I would have from it would be the bit that was actually in the original Justice League, because I love the bit when Batman throws the Batarang at him and catches it. That's a very good.
It's a cool moment.
That's about all I remember. So there you go.
Good.
Yep. Next one, it was my number 2, and it's not much of a superhero moment, but it exists within the MCU thing, which was the magic show in WandaVision.
Good.
So funny. I don't think I've laughed that much in a
just
like MCU anything, or just like any other part of WandaVision or any of the shows so far.
Yeah.
But it was just so like delightful to watch. I don't know like how else to describe it, but it's just wholesome, and it's exactly like the way it plays out is exactly what you would expect from Bewitched or I Dream of Jeannie or something. Like it's just so cleverly done, very like silly and fun. It's just, it was
that distilled what they were going for the whole show. It's like, this is the perfect version of that.
Yeah.
Lucas also had that as his main moment, which is Vision drunk on gum.
Yeah,
that's the way he wrote it.
Yeah, so good. So
there you go. Good.
And I'm going to do it. I'm taking it as my number 1, but I'm sure this is also on Will's list and possibly your guys as well. But Andrew Garfield, Spidey 3 saving MJ. Peter 3, my apologies.
Yeah.
That was my number
saving
1 as
MJ.
well.
Yep.
It was my number 1 as well.
Yeah, there it is. Sorry for stealing it, but
it's fine.
I was number 1, and I just needed to make sure it was on there, just in case.
Absolutely.
I thought it was probably on other people's, but my goodness, what a moment. I think Will and I said that we've never cried so quickly. It's just like, as soon as he jumps in, it's like you see him going for him. It's just pure joy. And then I think it wasn't until his face is like crying and she says, "Are you okay?" that I clicked. It was that.
Yeah.
So it was like full excitement as he jumps, and it's like, oh my gosh, they're doing it. And then his reaction is like,
thinking about it, right?
Yeah, literally.
Just thinking about it fucks you up, man.
Yeah, I don't think I've gone from pure joy to just complete sadness and distress so quickly.
Not at all.
Like, absolutely insane.
Yeah.
It's remarkable as well because it's so telegraphed. We
like, of
saw it in the
course.
trailers. We knew it was going to happen. It's so obvious it's going to happen in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's the most telegraphed thing perhaps in this movie.
It's more telegraphed than him being in the film.
No, totally. And yet somehow it's still like the most affecting part of it.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Hits you like a ton of bricks. But those are my three.
That's your three.
Those are my three.
I
There's
will
others
say,
on there, but yeah.
On that one, I saw the movie with Pete and Gus the other night, and I'm pretty sure they both think the Amazing Spider-Man films are the worst ones.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh, they're not going to react to this shit. And the moment I looked over, and Gus is just like this, with tears. And it's like, my God. And both of them were broken men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
my
he-
sister
Yeah.
my sister was sitting next to me the first time we saw her, and she just turned to me and was just staring at me because she said before the film she was hoping that happened, and she just turned and stared and was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It's also just like Garfield's performance in that moment, just his facial expression.
Yeah. And it's what you said, Sam. You wanted it to be subtle, and I think they really nailed it to
like
be a
it
subtle
wasn't
moment.
too long of a thing either. But like another part about that scene that I love is like the moment he realizes, like, so when he lunges forward and like the camera's like right there and his face goes by, like his face is like not again, but he also realizes that he's got a chance to make it right in a way. Like it's so perfect. It's like 10 seconds
Stop
of
talking about it.
perfectness.
Oh my
It's just, it's so good.
And then also the context of earlier in the film, how he was like, I went into a rage and like
It's
I
just-
stopped pulling my punches.
Yeah.
It's the moment of the year. If we were to rank these, it would be at number one for
yeah,
sure.
easily. Yeah.
do it. Please help.
All right, I'll give you something.
Thank you.
Let me find something funny because all mine actually look like they're pretty sad. My first one is Barry Allen has yellow boots in The Flash now.
Yeah, that's
I think
very
it was
cool.
it's amazing. No, it's not. It's not on. I'm not doing that.
Oh, it's not on there?
No.
I was actually really impressed that it was on there because I was like, it's actually a cool thing that it's
It
happening.
was a pretty cool moment. It's like
Yeah.
they get there, but I can't give that a whole spot.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do we do that as a bit? Maybe I'll do. I'm going to do a Flash scene from the movie.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
cool.
going to do the lightning storm where he over the top of he's saving everyone out of the building that Stephen
very
walks in, and
cool.
it's just like
Yeah.
you just see him moving just at
Yeah.
lightning speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just a visual spectacle. Like that is
Yeah.
Zack Snyder to a T.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that is what that man does the best.
Just over the top insanity.
It's
Yeah.
just so cool. Oh God, I'm so sad because I don't think the Flash movie is going to look as good as he looked in that movie. Like, I don't know. I who's
I'm
doing
kind of
no, actually, no.
hoping-
It's the Pennywise guy, right? It's
Yeah.
the It guy. No, he's fucking great. Actually,
Okay.
no, I take
Yeah.
that back. I take that back.
Yeah.
He's going to be good.
I
But
hope it's good.
I'll give Ezra Miller that moment. This is all.
Yeah, good.
This is Sam's version of No Way Home. So Sam made the last podcast where he put the Snyder Cut on his list, and everyone was like, "What a dumb idiot." This is his No Way Home, where everyone is like, you know what, Sam's actually right, and we just give him all these moments of feeling good.
There you
Now
go.
I feel
That's
bad and I want to try and find one.
Yeah, you gotta find one.
Any of them.
Ben, quickly, just watch it
Yeah,
now.
Ben, you can have 4 moments if you can find a Snyder Cut moment to put on your list. Okay, that's how that's gonna work.
Great.
My second moment, oh God,
It's just ruined Ben.
No, I'm just like, I want to work one out now, but I don't remember it.
oh man, it's been such a fucking good year for moments. I'm gonna go.
And you made us choose 10.
I know, because I thought we'd have more time. I just thought we'd have more time. I'm gonna go. My number 2 moment is actually from the last episode of Hawkeye. I could say the Pym arrow. I'm not gonna say the Pym arrow. I'm gonna
That was
say.
also on my list.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the moment he fires an arrow at Kazi. Kazi says, "Good shot," and he says, "No shit."
Yeah.
I think that is the funniest
Yeah,
line in the
it's
whole
great.
show because
Yeah.
it's just so. I had to
good.
pause the episode because I was like, "That's just so funny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just the funniest thing you could have done in that moment."
Yeah,
He also has a
absolutely.
moment where he says, like, "Cool, nice flex" in the episode
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah. Weird flex.
Weird flex.
Weird flex.
But cool. Like he's got
Like
some great
he was one word off from that being like the meme.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he says weird flex but sure.
Yes.
But the
Yeah.
normal thing is like weird flex but okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
Yeah.
was
So
just like,
close.
oh god.
Great.
Look, there's lots of moments in that show, but yeah, that last night just got, or Wednesday night just got me. And then my number 1 is Peter. No, I can't do it again, can I? I'm going to go with, and Ben, I'm sorry if this takes one of yours, but the train scene from Invincible.
Oh my god, how
what
is that
about
not on my
Invincible?
list?
Yeah.
I forgot about Invincible.
There you go. I'm
Oh,
glad
no,
I
I've got to
said
make a
it
new
because
list.
that is the most visceral Like look, it would sit in the same space as Green Goblin versus Tom Holland in No Way Home. It's just a beautifully intense moment in comic book media. It's hard to explain.
About Invincible.
You forgot about it. I thought you two might have.
Me too.
So that's why I was like, I'll bring it in. But yes, if you have not seen Invincible, watch it. In all its 6 frames, but the train scene, they put all their efforts into that. That whole sequence is incredible.
To be fair, that is the one I would have picked. I mean, it's kind of like the whole last episode, but that train sequence where Invincible's just getting destroyed, human body parts are just annihilated by his own face. It's intense, and I love it.
Oh yes, yep.
Sam, give us your 3.
Okay, so at number 3, we've got a scene from Superman and Lois.
Yes.
It's a scene where Clark is helping out at his son's football game. He's carrying a water cooler, and because he's the Man of Steel, weight doesn't affect him, but he's acting like this thing is incredibly heavy, and he's like fumbling it all over the place to the point where a kid says to his son, "I think your dad needs help."
So good.
And he runs over to his dad and he's like, "You okay?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm fine, but I've got to act like it's heavy." And then he speaks to another student and they're like, "Oh, hi, Mr. Kent. How you going?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm great. I'm helping out. And I also got a new hat." And he's wearing like the football team hat. And it's just the most perfect like Clark Kent moment that's ever been done in anything.
I gotta watch it. I gotta catch up.
It's so good, man. That dude, and I'm so glad he got past all the bullshit of him not being
Tyler
good.
Hoechlin is an amazing Superman and an even better Clark Kent. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
like, put him in a movie, if anything.
Please.
Number 2 is the Spider-Man's entrance into No Way Home.
Nice.
Purely for the reason that, like, working in a cinema, I get to experience it differently every day I'm there when that happens. And it doesn't matter the audience, the age, like the age of the audience that's in there or the time of the day.
Yeah.
People lose their shit every time.
Pops. It's great.
Yeah.
It's unreal. Like every time Andrew Garfield like leaps towards you with those big eyes, everyone's like, "Oh!" And then when he takes the mask off, everyone erupts.
It's such a good.
It goes ballistic.
I saw it with like 20 people in my cinema the other day, and it was still like audible.
And all 20 are just going off their heads. Yeah. But yeah, so like purely just for like the excitement of that moment is like, that's why it's my number 2. My number 1 is Superman saving Cyborg in the Snyder Cut, which is also his big entrance into like the final battle. Just being a Superman fan, it's a very like comic accurate moment because there are many moments in the comics where he'll just fly down last second and like stop a train or a car or save a kid from something hurtling towards them. So it's a very, very cool moment. And in that moment, like he's got his version of like the theme. So like the Henry Cavill Superman theme is playing over, but it's a much more like heightened version of what we've seen in like BVS and Man of Steel, and it's got a good punch to it, got good bass to it, and it just adds like so much to the whole moment. And then just seeing him like kick the shit out of this bad guy for like 20 seconds and just heat visioning him in the head, cuts off his horn with his heat vision. It's just like perfect Superman for like 20 seconds.
God, I hope
that's
he gets
my number
something
1.
more. The dude's just built for those fucking movies, man.
Please.
Yeah. He did an interview recently for The Witcher, and of course he got like the question, "Are you still Superman?" And he said, "Yes, I am." Yeah. So I have hope.
Cool.
I have
hope. You have S.
You have an
You have an S. But Benjamin, time for your top 20 of the year.
Let's do it.
Yeah, I actually got rid of 2 out of my 10. So
okay, cool.
This will be interesting.
So we helped him.
I had to find something from Snyder Cut. I had to pull from the back part of my brain to get that extra one in. Cyborg hacked into something, into an ATM or something, and it looked kind of cool.
It did look kind of cool.
Nice.
So there you go, Sam.
Can I give you? Can I give you Flash saves the universe, because that was close to.
Okay. Yeah, no, Flash running faster than the speed of whatever.
Everything.
That whole thing was
cool.
insane.
That was very cool. I'll give you that.
Crazy flashes.
Totally.
Seeing all like the rubble fall in front of
okay, now I'm thinking about it. I do have another one. When Steppenwolf gets his head cut off and it rolls onto the ground and Darkseid just like steps on it. That's pretty cool. And I do remember at that moment. where I was like, oh man, I wish Darkseid, like I wish this all wasn't so shit. So the Darkseid actually had like a movie.
Yeah.
But like all the like DC New Gods and stuff, like the Kirby stuff, which we got in Eternals as well. Like I'm like, I wish there was something here, but there isn't. Yeah. And then they got rid of what's her name's New Gods film.
Oh yeah, Jenkins, was she doing it?
No. There was like a really good
someone else, I think.
Anyway, there was a really good director that was slated to make a New Gods film with Tom King, and I was like, that sounds sick, and they got rid of it.
And replace it with a Batgirl for HBO Max.
So there's 3 Snyder Cut moments. Now to my actual 3 superhero moments of the year. All right, let's have a look at this. I can get rid of the 2 Eternals ones because they're more general things. Shang-Chi bus fight.
Yeah,
Shang-Chi bus
fight
on
my list.
Was
very, very good.
In my opinion, the peak of that film.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, it kind of goes down after that. Yeah. Will and I think feel similarly on that film. I especially when I watched it the second time, it like for me it was less so the third act has problems and more the second into the third act has problems. But the first act is great, and it's like in my opinion, its peak is at that bus fight.
Absolutely,
just like the entirety of the sequence, especially at the part where they zoom out and they're just like in a side-on perspective, and he's just going down, and there's like music going on behind it. It's like I want this to be the whole film. This is like as much as the martial arts stuff was cool and like the mystical stuff was cool, I was like, well, Raya did it better. I've seen a better version of it this year. Whereas like if it was like a kind of John Wick style martial arts film with I would have loved that. So that's my number 3.
Yep.
For the sake of making this about superhero moments versus like bits from superhero films that weren't necessarily superhero moments, I am going to say just it's kind of mesh of a couple moments, but the 2 Hawkeyes making trick arrows together and then fight whenever they fight with trick arrows. It's just so cool.
So good.
Obviously, there's the first scene in episode 3 where they have the car chase scene and there's the trick arrows are there. And that's all I expected to get of the trick arrows from this show. And I was like, that is enough. I'm happy. I'm satisfied. And then it comes back at the end, and just like the little touch of Kate labeling all the arrows,
labeling them, yes,
they really did it,
and just making all these wild arrows, and then they pay it all off at the end when there's just. We said at some point we might do another ranking of the trick arrows. There's too many. There's an insane amount at the end of that show, and it's very cool. Some of them quite lethal, but anyway.
There's a man's leg that'll never like. I was waiting for that. You know what they happen in movies? The thing freezes and then they punch it and then it shatters. That's what I thought that man's leg was going to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just like all the trick arrow stuff in Hawkeye, fantastic. I loved it. And then my top moment, which is actually quite a cool one. Consider it would have been Garfield catching MJ, but you know,
we don't want to cry again.
My actual one, which I was having to pull a bit deep because I was struggling yesterday to find these moments. But it's actually Falcon talking to Isaiah Bradley. I think it's the second time he goes sees him in like episode 4 or 5 of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yep.
And it's just one of the most poignant scenes I think Marvel has done.
Yep.
Where it's just Isaiah Bradley like talking to Falcon about what it's like to be a black superhero and what it means to be Captain America and that kind of thing. And I remember I watched that episode on my phone like late at night because my partner was asleep and I didn't want to keep her awake. And then I remember waking up in the morning because she had been watching them with me and I was like, oh, we still haven't gone back and watched it, but I was like, oh, we really need to go back and watch it because you need to watch that scene. It was like, I was just sitting there stunned that like Marvel had put this out.
Totally.
And there's quite a few moments from that show where I was stunned that they'd actually went there. There's like stuff about police.
Well, when they first go to Isaiah's house and the police pull up the Falcon, I was like, oh my God, this is nuts. This is a choice.
Yeah.
Very real.
But I remember that second meeting between them was the one that particularly stood out. And then I like that they pay off Isaiah's character at the end as well.
Yeah.
I think we'll get to Marvel stuff in a bit, but I like that show a lot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, but those are my 3. There's a few others, but we'll talk about them in the Marvel one.
They'll come through.
Yeah.
I'll quickly go through some great picks from patrons. First up, it's not a pick, but Milk Please says there's nothing that he can think of specifically, but just wanted to highlight the War of the Bounty Hunters comics, the Star Wars comics currently going on, for reintroducing Kira from Solo and just fleshing out Boba Fett even more as a character post A New Hope.
Cool.
And a lot of that. I'm so keen to get into reading those very, very soon. I think they might be very important for the Boba Fett show. There's no way they've released a War of the Bounty Hunters comic run before a Boba Fett show.
And is that all on...
I think some
Marvel
of them
Unlimited?
may have made it there, but some of them are quite recent. So
They're slowly coming to Marvel Unlimited.
Yeah. BMAC, I'll pick one from BMAC, which is Sebastian the Rat being the best superhero of the year from the Suicide Squad.
Insane.
Yeah, nice and simple. I was expecting a Starro from Ben because that's the only thing Ben got out of that movie, but
I was like, he's not even the hero though.
It's true. It's true. Ms. Harney says just all of Spider-Man. Dolphin Pants also said the 3 Spider-Man swinging into action, which is a good pick.
I crossed it off because Sam kind of covered it, but it was just the Spider-Man interacting at any point in that film.
Lost a light.
We lost a light. Fucking hell. Joshy gave us about 20. So I'm going to just pick one that we haven't really talked about, which is the return of Callista Flockhart in the final episode of Supergirl as Cat Grant. She comes back and she basically says that she knows. She's always known that she's Supergirl.
Okay.
And kind of there's a lot of apparently lovely moments where they have good interactions that highlight her character that's kind of been on display throughout the show, which is really cool. That's a show I'll never go back to. There's just too many. Terraformer says the moment Spider-Man saved MJ because of course.
Yes.
And then finally Emmy, who says, don't have an answer for this one. The only Marvel or DC film I've seen was half of Zack Snyder's Justice League because we had to watch along and I don't remember a thing from that film. So thanks, Emmy.
You, Emmy.
Yeah.
The best.
And that
I still don't understand why you watch or listen to us at all.
All we do is talk about superhero stuff, Abby. But that is all of our superhero moments from the year. I mean, we've each got at least 40 more, but that is our top 3s from the year. If you want more chat about superhero stuff, we're going to do a Marvel podcast that will be in full spoilers, so check out that if it's up already. If it's not,
milk, where else can they go?
Jesus Christ, Benjamin. You can go to patreon.com/each their own if you want some early milk, like before it's even due, and you can give us $3 to get into a super secret Discord.
What is milk due?
When the cow's ready to get a yank.
Okay.
And if you want to watch those videos when they come out, when they're due, you can go to youtube.com/each to their own, or listen to our things anywhere that they're listenable.
And please find the video of this and just watch our reactions during that whole section because that was insane.
Cow's got to get yanked.
It's got to get a yank.
It occurred to me how weird it's going to be for podcast listeners to be like, where can you get more milk?
Yeah, it's like, all right, thanks, Ben.
Yeah. And you don't get any more context right now.
I'm not Ben, but I've been Will.
I've been Josh.
I've been Sam.
And I've been Milk.
Oh, I'm glad you didn't say milked. I was going to say, that's why I've been so excited this podcast.
Yeah.
Good night.